So I know what you guys are thinking. This title's a bunch of baloney. I've just put the title on so you guys could click. I get more views. Ooh, made me cry. I'm going to press on it. No. This boss right here made me want to cry several times. It made me want to curl up into a little ball, go to the corner of my room, and just sit there and contemplate my life and contemplate even trying to beat him. In fact, I have not had such a difficult time on a boss since I've played Orphan of Cause and Melania, Blade of Mikola. And yes, I say her full name because every time she kicked my butt, and it was a fair few times, she always said her name in full, and that was ingrained into my skull, and I just can't forget it. Now, I want you to know it's not all doom and gloom. I didn't just want to cry over this boss. In fact, he wasn't the only boss I was fighting. If you see my eyes, I'm still currently fighting a second boss. I fought 2 bosses in one video. I was fighting him, and I was fighting Hay Fever. And Hay Fever's also kicking my ass, so having to try and fight both of them and try and stay concentrated on the game was the worst thing ever. But anyway, that doesn't matter. Going back to him, he was so difficult. He was so bullshit. In fact, it took me 3 days, and I guess... Okay, bit of an exaggeration. It didn't take me 3 days exactly to beat him because I wasn't sitting there day and night trying to beat him. I took like 2-3 hours of my day to have to record videos and do other stuff in real life. But still, it took me around 6 to 9 hours to beat this guy, and that is a lot. I've not taken that amount of time beating any boss in any game, and he was awful to beat. And it's a bit of a weird one because it's kind of 50-50. I had loads of fun with him. I thought he was a fairly fun boss to fight. I enjoyed all 6 to 9 hours. Well, not all. I enjoyed a good part of those 6 to 9 hours, but there were some bullshit things happening, and it was horrible to play him at times. Now, you're going to see gameplay of the game right down here, and I was going to put just the raw gameplay in and just let you guys see pure gaming at its purest form, but the audio fucked up. Even though I wasn't talking, I only talk at the end. The audio fucked up, and it sounds horrible, so I don't even want you guys to even listen to that. But you can watch it while I spout some stuff about this game. Anyway, like I said, he was fun. It was a very fun boss. It was very challenging. There were certain aspects of it which I thought, oh, this is great. The way he moves around, he's very quick. He kind of he's very spry, bounces around. That's cool. But that's around about where it ends. Now, the first thing I wanted to point out is kind of fun, kind of bullshit. Every single one of his attacks, every single one covers at the very minimum 80% of the board. And now that's fine. Because when you look at his down smash, whilst it does cover most of the board, there are gaps in between, which I personally found a little bit hard at first to get into the gaps. But still, it would be kind of hard to assume where the gaps were going to be and then you wanting to heal. And healing is a very big thing I'm going to talk about when I talk about this guy. But having to guess where the gaps are going to be, and sometimes if he's not at the far ends of the arena thing, doing the down smash, you couldn't heal. You'd literally have to go all the way to the right side to heal or guess where one of those gaps were going to be, or you couldn't heal. So the 80% of the arena being covered, kind of bad, kind of good. I kind of leave that for the first thing because I didn't mind. The second thing, which I think was very bullshit, not as bullshit as the last thing, but very bullshit, is the spawning of ghosts. You could literally have a ghost, I think it's happened to me twice, maybe 3 times. You could literally just be standing around at the side of the arena trying to heal, and a ghost will literally spawn on top of you. He will literally spawn on top of you. In fact, there was a chance I had where I thought I almost beat him. I don't actually know how close I was to beating him, but I was generally like, you know when you get the nervous sweats because you feel like you're about to be a boss. He's not got any health bars or whatever. Be like, gonna fucking beat him. Well, I had that. There was a ghost on top of me. He was about to charge at me, and I saw a little gap in between. I was like, oh, great. As I jump, the ghost spawns there, hits my last life, and I die. And that was so infuriating, and it happened so many times. Not only that, when you'd finally guess his ground smash, or you know you'd have time because he'd be on the other side of the arena, you'd go to the other side, you're like, oh, got time to heal. Nope, ghost spawns right above you. You then don't know how fast they move, because they also have different moving patterns. Some of them move really quick, some of them don't, some of them go down, some of them kind of like loom up and then go at you. And I don't know how hard this boss was meant to be, but that felt like a final extra hard boss, because the way those ghosts move was so erratic and so different that you're already gonna get hit in this fight. To be able to not heal at all, or to not feel like you're safe to heal anytime, is so hard. And you would literally have to craft the perfect opportunity to heal. And I hope that in the video down here, it kind of shows some of these things I'm trying to showcase, because I've not actually seen the video like back already. So I hope some of the things I'm saying actually show up in this video. Now, the other thing I kind of want to talk about that's kind of bullshit, kind of not, it kind of just makes the game hard, so it's not bullshit. I don't know. I don't know where I stand on it, is his feints. He feints not a lot, but a fair bit. Sometimes he'll have two animations. He'll either just jump anyway, which he could jump from both sides of the arena. He could be on one side, do one jump and come over. Or he could jump and do a down smash. And whilst it's fairly... you can kind of tell where or when he's going to do the down smash, but kind of not when you're on 1 or 2 health bars and you're really like panicking, or you don't even have to be there. Sometimes when he just jumps, you're like, I don't know what's going to happen. And his jumps are super erratic. In fact, someone could tell me down below if they know anything about Hollow Knight or just know anything about how the coding works. A lot of the time when he jumped, he landed on me to the point where I was like, is he homing in on me? Is this something that he's meant to land on me, on top of me, and I'm meant to dodge like last second? Because sometimes I'd be running. I'd be like here running. He'd jump and always land on me, which I thought was a bit bullshit. But that's a separate thing that I'm not going to talk about because I don't know how true that is. So I'm not going to even touch that. But then sometimes he'd also jump. And instead of going all the way to the peak of his jump and down smashing like he normally does, he'd sometimes jump and then smash. And then you literally wouldn't have time to do anything. If you're trying to run to the other side of the arena, you don't have to go in between the crevices. But if you go in between the crevices of his like down smash, which I'm assuming you guys could see in the video below, you'd have a ghost after you. It would be so like incredibly hard to the point where it's a bit dumb to dodge all these things. And again, it was fun to do it. It was fun to learn those mechanics. But I don't know at what point it kind of lands on bullshit or fun. So I don't know. And moving into my last point, I guess I've kind of had a realization that each one of these things individually aren't really that bad, but when we put them together, they are. Because the last thing I want to talk about is hitboxes when fighting this guy. And not in particular me hitting him or him hitting me, but in particular him hitting the ghosts. And what do I mean by that? Sometimes when he jump, and I really hope it shows in this video because it happened a fair few times when it happened to me whilst I was playing, is he'd jump. I would then calculate where he was going to land. I'd be like, okay, I'll move backwards. He would then hit a ghost. His trajectory going down would then shift because he'd hit the ghost and then go that way, landing on me. And I cannot stress the amount of times that has come to bite me in the ass. Because not only are the ghosts erratic, they move at different paces, they spawn differently, but then this guy also moves erratically. And they can bounce off each other, meaning you don't know what's going to happen where and when. And it happened so many times, it annoyed me to no end. But yeah, apart from those things, I did find him fun. I also want to preface and say, because I feel like someone might say this down below, so I'm going to make a clown out of them if they've not watched the whole video and just said it. He's optional. I'm pretty sure you don't have to do them because you fight him twice. You fight him in this first stage, which was fine. Took me a few goes. I didn't find it too hard. And then you have his dream form, which I'm assuming is just an optional thing to do if you want to get the little dream tokens. I don't know what they're called. To get the little dream token. So I don't think you have to do him, but he's optional. And if there's a boss in front of me, I'm going to fight him. I'm always going to fight him. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about that because I just thought it's a bit bullshit. I do aim to have a Hollow Knight review video. I still need to finish the game and I want to finish the game before I end up going off on holiday this weekend. But I don't also not want to rush the game. I don't think I'm too far away. I think I'm about 2, 3, 4 hours away. But considering I have a lot of videos to record and I've got a few things to do in my personal life, I don't think I'm going to be able to. And it's one of those games that's very near and dear to me. I've really fallen in love with Hollow Knight, so I want to give that review the best thing I can. But I just wanted to talk about this for this video. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys agree with me. If you don't, then I'm just a big loser. I also want to preface by saying I don't think he was, and everyone says this after they've beaten the boss. They're like, oh, that actually wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard. I just thought there were certain things within it that felt really bullshit and I felt very cheated on. But who knows? Maybe I'm just being a big fat sour loser and I just don't know how to take a loss. But yeah, I just wanted to leave it there. Thank you guys very much for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.